Welcome back to the channel. Click like, subscribe, and drop a comment.
Hey guys, Kayla here. It's always been really important for me to use my platform not to create division, but to elevate and unite women, Black women specifically. So I prepared a letter and would like to share it with you today. Dear Black girl, they may call you a traitor for falling in love. You'll hope the ones closest will protect you, but you will quickly find out that people don't protect what they don't value. They'll say you're too much, too provocative, too boisterous, too outspoken, and in the same breath tell you that you're not enough, not successful enough, not wholesome enough, maybe not even intelligent enough. They'll say you deserve the backlash and embarrassment. Because of your Blackness, you should have known better. They'll even try to tie your value to your net worth. But Black girl, please remember your value lies elsewhere. Your value is deep within your heart, the way you love, the way you give. Your value is in your resilience, your willingness to forgive, the way you protect what means most to you, even if it hurts you along the way, and the way you stand up for what means most to you, even though they may not ever do the same. But Black girl, respectfully, let me stop you there because you don't have to participate in this tumultuous, often one-sided journey. Preserve your heart. Even when they try to quantify your character and test your boundaries, you do not have to engage. You do not have to respond because there is power in your silence. And you can use that same power to silence the noise and the self-doubt, silence the voices within that want you to give in to this demoralizing and antiquated narrative. Tap into that power. Because I know, girl, the rage of the world is loud. But Black girl, your God is louder, and your tribe is stronger. Your blood runs deeper and is filled with strength, and when you finally find the strength to speak your truth, it is your voice that will help heal. Because Black girl, let me tell you, you're not in this alone. And even though sometimes I too ask, why me? I'm reminded that this isn't just about me. This isn't just my story, a singular experience. My truth, trauma, and vulnerability is a relatable part of the human experience. I know I'm not alone, and I want to make sure that you know you aren't either. On days where I feel most inadequate, I have to remind myself that I am, have been, and will always be more than enough. Look, we love, we hurt, we heal, but always remember that your story is yours to tell. And you never know whose life it may touch because there is so much power in community and connection. So, dear Black girl, when the world gets dark and times get hard, when you feel like your back is against the wall and your hands are tied like nobody knows or understands what it takes to be you, remember that you are a part of something way bigger. This is only a small chapter in your story. And if you need help, there are resources like therapy, prayer, and community to help you make it through. But most importantly, I want you to remember that you are loved, you are valued, you are allowed to take up space, you deserve protection, and your feelings, they matter too. Solely because you're a Black girl. Sincerely, a Black girl.
All right, so I wanted to play her letter to Black women and Black girls that she penned after everything that has went down. And I'm glad that, I took some time and looked at this because I've seen some interviews with her, and I think this response was beautiful. She's beautiful, educated, successful, and she is being drugged into something by the media, by colorless women, and by angry incel Black males, the manosphere types. What really gets me is what I've been seeing with the Black males is they're talking about, swirling gone wrong. You will always have a Black woman as a handmaiden for them because they believe in the Black race and holding Blackness down, even though the majority that dates out in the Black community are the males, and it hasn't been the women, but the women are starting to. And I see women getting more backlash for it, Black women. And at this point, I don't really care about what they have to say because if you care about black love, then you go out there and you go marry yourself a black woman and you take care of a black family. And I don't see the collective of the community doing that. I don't know when the last time that I've been invited to a wedding from friends, family, or anything. That doesn't seem to be where it's going. So if you really believed in black love, you would be marrying these black women and taking care of those children and being there. Now, whoever wants to get on here and pin that I do, that's great, wonderful for you. I'm not talking to you. You're not a part of this conversation. We're talking about the collective because we see the numbers of people in the community that are married and not married, and it's not looking good. So if you do want family, you do want stability, you do want marriage, then you're going to have to weigh your options. And that's what a lot of women are doing now. A lot of younger women, I would say from millennial to a few Gen Xers and Gen Z. But what she said was wonderful. It was great. I think every black girl should listen to that. And this is coming from a very educated, classy woman. So she is someone to listen to. But what really irks me about this whole situation is Kelsey. He dated her for a while. They haven't been in a relationship for a long time. So I would think that everybody has done what they need to do to get over the relationship and heal. And for people saying that she was hurt by the ending of a relationship, yeah, a lot of men and women who have been in relationships for a while and they've been, living together or trying to work it out. In the end, if it doesn't work, that can hurt you. You are a human being. You have emotions, and to be teased about having emotions, the person who is teasing you, they are not mentally well, because that's normal human behavior and reaction to feel hurt by the ending of something. Sometimes even if it wasn't working out or if it was bad, yes, it can hurt you because you've put your time into it and your time is valuable and you would hate for somebody to waste your time. So that can be it can make you angry and it can be very hurtful. And I haven't heard about this relationship until people felt like Kelsey is dating or paired with Taylor Swift. I don't think they've come out as being in a relationship. They could be dating. They could be friends with benefits. Personally, I'm going to think it's going to be over when she has enough songs for an album. And I don't understand why this woman is being brought into this. She never said anything about them. She basically unfollowed Brittany, who is the wife to Patrick Mahomes, unfollowed Patrick Mahomes. And I believe that she did that because people were coming out and dragging her in the middle of this. This could have been nipped in the bud early on. Her friend, Brittany, ex-friend, and Kelsey, they could have said that, this is someone that, he was in a relationship with. It's been years and she decided to leave him because the relationship was not serving her or they were not compatible. And people need to leave her alone because it doesn't make sense to be dragging her in the middle of this. And because he hasn't said anything, and because Brittany is not being a friend and allowing this to happen to Kayla, she's not a real friend. It's good she unfollowed her. If you have toxic people like that in your life, do get them out. It doesn't matter if it's friend, family, or coworker, business. It doesn't matter. If they're toxic like that, then get them out, because this has been 5 years. I didn't even realize it was that long. And people are dragging her into it, and they're dragging her into it because she is a stunning woman. And they can't get over it. This is no different than what happened with Meghan Markle. They have not gotten over that. I have so many videos, and like I said, I'm going to link it because there were so many women, colorless women, who were coming after her because they were mad because they found out that she had one drop of black blood in her, and they flipped their lid that a prince would actually be with her. And that's what made them angry, that one drop of black blood in her. And this goes to show me double standards, because nobody was sitting up here talking about black women feel like this. This is an embarrassment to be talking about this when colorless women were doing it. But now, because a black woman made a comment, now that black woman is the face of all black women. And Kayla never said anything about Kelsey. She never said anything about Taylor Swift, but people are dragging her into it. And I'll let you know why. Because if you look at her and you compare her to Taylor Swift, she blows Taylor Swift out of the water. And I'll link the article in the description box, but there are several links. And then somebody was on X, formerly Twitter, and saying this is the most pathetic thing they've ever seen because they wanted her to come out and act belligerent so they could drag her. But she is not. Why would she act belligerent over something she ended? And why would she act, unprofessional when I'm sure between the time that she ended it and the time that he was with other women or with Taylor, she could have went back to him because she's the one who ended it. And also, like I said, those cheating rumors are strong out there. There are women coming out talking about how this is how he acts. His behavior is less than desirable. So it's understood why Kayla Nicole went ahead and ended the relationship. What really gets me is the people who are dragging her into this. They are trying to create a narrative that this woman is having a mental breakdown, that she wants Kelsey back, that somehow there is this beef with her and Taylor Swift over a man. That is the most disgusting thing that I could ever freaking see, especially with women involved. You literally are trying to create a scenario where you're putting these two women against each other when Kayla has said nothing about Taylor. Kayla has said nothing about Kelsey, and they want her to because they feel like they have some power because a blonde hair, blue eyed woman has snatched back a colorless male. The same way they wanted Prince Harry to leave Meghan. But yet they're on platforms hugged up with incel black males saying, they're the best woman this is the competition. This is the competition that they have in their head, which Taylor will never be able to compete with Kayla. You cannot compete where you don't compare. And a lot of these people are in there calling her names, talking about her. She never said anything, addressed this or anything. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to put her beauty against Taylor. They had to reach 5 years into the past and reach and grab someone. And because of her beauty, this is why she is being dragged into this. It's pathetic. It says something about their personality and their character, that you're okay with someone who hasn't said anything about you, done anything to you. They haven't said anything about you or your fake relationship, that you would allow people to attack her when you could just make them feel small by saying, why would you go that many years back in the past to harass someone who hasn't done anything and we haven't communicated or there's no issues? Why are you making issues where there's no issue? It's because it puts the spotlight on them and they are willing to throw her underneath the bus and keep this going so they can stay in the headlines. That's all. And I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think that Taylor and Kelsey belong together. Seeing this is how they act, this is their character, this is their personality, to allow this to happen. And I think Kayla, she should use this as an opportunity for herself. I've never seen this before, where somebody will go 5 years in the past and bring up a 5-year-old relationship. You know what this is the equivalent of? This is the equivalent of Taylor Swift used to date Taylor Lautner, who was the wolf in Twilight. This would be the equivalent of bringing him up, even though he's married. I believe he recently got married. It's asinine. It's dumb. There's no reason for it. And I believe if that happened to Taylor Swift, where people were bringing up Taylor Lautner and all of that and saying like, is Taylor Swift jealous because Taylor Lautner is now married? I think people would go on a campaign defending Taylor and Taylor Swift would come out saying something, even a congratulations to the marriage, just to show there's no hard feelings and people are being really dumb bringing this up. It is the same equivalent. And I looked all through the comment section when she made this post. And what really irks me about this whole thing is she specifically pinned this to Black women. And then you have a colorless woman in here talking about, why does it have to be about Black women? Why can't this just be for women in general? Women encompass all colors, not just one specifically. And then somebody came up there and slid in there and let her know, because Are white women getting racist comments? No. Sometimes it's not about you. That's something that they have a hard time accepting, is when something is not about them. They will insert themselves in there some kind of way, just like a Karen. Now, this just shows me that this is it's a very weirdo type thing, and it's creepy as well, to set up here and have a black woman who is talking to other black women, and you're questioning a scenario and a situation that has nothing to do with you. Shutting the F up is free 99 all year long. And she could have just listened to it and she could have moved on. But no, they always try to insert themselves. They always have to have the spotlight. It has to be all about them. When it's just them, they're fine. They're not going to say anything. It's going to just be about them. They're not going to say anything. But then every time someone says a black woman is beautiful, a black woman is the most beautiful woman on the earth, I have something to say to black women because our shared experience through race, ethnicity, etc., then they put this all women matters comment in there. It's so weird to me, because this is the same type of person who would sit up there and say all lives matter because it goes over their heads of why somebody is saying black lives matter or they don't care. And you know what's interesting about this woman? I bet she's a feminist. I bet she is that type who would be angry if men inserted themselves in a woman's conversation, trying to tell women how they should feel, how to tell women how they should speak, or their thought process, or how to act. How dare you, as a male who does not know the woman's perspective and how this affects women, open your lips to dictate to women? She would say that to men, but it goes completely over her head that she's doing the same exact thing to black women. You cannot make that ish up. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think about this situation, and I will see you in the next one.